Hi Rachel, it's good to see you.
Hi.
So I'm Janet and I'm a Flamingo partner, Flamingo Paperie partner, and Rachel is in my team. Rachel joined Flamingo just about a year ago. I think it was a year ago. It was in January, wasn't it? Last year, I think you joined. Is that right? Yep.
Yep,
So
I
I
just
thought,
renewed.
yep.
Go, yep.
Fab.
Yep.
So yeah, so I thought this was a good timely point just to have a little interview with Rachel, really, to find out how Flamingo fits into her life and why she did it, and etc. 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 So yeah, over to you, Rachel. Really, what I suppose the obvious question is, why did you start Flamingo in the first place?
I think really it was a lot to do with lockdown and how I'd been running my business, my other business in during lockdown. So I sell organic skincare, and I was kind of into the idea of how we reach out to people when we can't see them face to face. And the idea of letterbox gifts was something that really appealed to me. So obviously with access to sort of the beautiful quality of the flamingo cards and flamingo paper, that was something that I thought would really tie in well with what I was doing, across the rest of my business. So that was my main sort of concept behind it. And then when I got my starter kit, I just completely fell in love with the products. It's not just cards like you would buy anywhere else. They're really, the gorgeous quality. It just speaks for themselves, and it just kind of took off from there, really, because I wanted to share that with other people and show people the difference that sets us apart from any other card. So yeah, that's where I kind of got into the sharing, and it took off,
Mm-hmm.
really.
So were you kind of offering a full package then? So with the business that you already had, was the cards that kind of did it kind of complete what you were offering?
That was the concept, yeah. I was thinking that I was going to sort of sell a letterbox gift, offer the wrapping and the cards as an optional extra.
So you were kind of using them as a an extra, something that made your business different to everybody else, perhaps?
Yes, it was, rather than use any other kind of cards and gift wrap, I was kind of using the two to subtly promote each other. So without outwardly, sort of saying, I was kind of making sure that I was getting the products in people's hands, for them to experience it for themselves. So yeah, and I think, I'm still a true believer that that's really what makes the business tick is, once people feel that quality for themselves, that's what gets your business off the ground, really.
Yeah, and that can be a challenge, I think, and that's maybe been a challenge during the pandemic as well, because obviously we've all been stuck indoors, not able to go to the shops, not able to see things. I mean, Flamingo, we don't sell in shops anyway, so it's maybe always been a challenge getting the product into people's hands. But the fact that you've managed to do that over the past year in the middle of a pandemic and grown your business still with this mindset of getting it into people's hands and yet running an online business, that's quite impressive, I think, to be able to still, do the two, to have the online side, but still realize that it's about getting the actual physical products to people.
I think that's one of the things that really appeals to me is the challenge of something like that. And in a way, the pandemic and the lockdowns helped, because it helped me to sell this concept of what a card really means to someone, as opposed to sending a text message. It's something that stays there. I've got my my promotion card from you still sits in my office to remind me every day from when I promoted. And that means it's so much more in a way than just a congratulations text would have done. So
Yeah.
Sending someone a card is almost like sending them a present nowadays, and so that was kind of where lockdown helped me to kind of to spread that kind of, share a little love is what ended up being my business kind of motto, if you like, because I really feel that that's kind of what you're doing.
It really helps, I think, when you've got a business where you feel you're making a difference. You're not just doing a business for the sake of doing a business and wanting to make money. Obviously, we do want to make money about that. We'll talk about that a bit later on, but it makes a big difference, I think, when you know you're making a difference to people's lives on an emotional level.
That's it,
Yeah. Yeah. Have you got a
definitely.
favourite card? I've got a basket of cards here. So this is my, I know you started this concept for me, this borrow bag idea. So this is my borrow bag of cards and things. So what are your sort of favourite cards? I'm going to see if I've got any in here.
I like And Breathe. That's a lovely
Oh yeah,
card.
yeah.
Which is also a notebook now.
Yeah.
I think that's a brilliant card for sharing with other business people. There's a lot of people in the well-being business. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They can send to their clients,
Yeah.
they can do gift vouchers, but I just think it's a beautiful card. I love the colors of it. Yeah, I think it's a really nice one.
Once have you had from customers to the price of the cards? So our cards have just gone up to £2.40 each, or £1.90 if you buy 10 or more.
Yeah, my customers have actually commented that they would pay more than that, even just in the supermarket, and that they'd much rather buy the cards from me, because they know that they're helping me, and they know that it's something that I'm passionate about as well. And I think that even that in itself, is something that it's a feeling that you're making someone else happy, isn't it? It's that old, do the happy dance every time you get an order kind of thing. And people like to make people feel good, and if they know that I'm going to buzz off them buying 10 cards off me, as opposed to them trawling to the boring old supermarket and having to go through the same old cards and pay more, then why wouldn't they come to me? So yeah, it's not been an issue at all.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think I find the same. People think they're very reasonable. What sort of how do you focus your business? Are you under pressure to sell a certain amount? This is a multi-level marketing business, so we have, you can add people to your team, and I know you have added people to your team. Are you under pressure to do any of that? Do you put yourself under pressure to do any of that? Do other people put you under pressure? Do you set targets yourself? Is the company putting pressure on you? Where does your drive come from to do what you do? That was lots of questions all in one.
No, it all ties in, and the answer is there's no pressure at all. I 100% would not be here if it was the kind of company, or you as my upline were the kind of person that was going to put pressure on me to do a certain amount. There's incentives that you can go for if you want to. You can earn money by building a team, but you have to pull your own weight as well. So you have to achieve your points, do your bit, and show that you're working your business in order to make money, from your team sales. So you can't just sit back and, tell your team to go and sell stuff. That's not how it works. It's, very much a kind of, I don't know, it's all on your own kind of motivation, really. There's lots of support there if you need it. There's wider Facebook groups that we belong to as a company. There's obviously our team page, and I have a smaller sort of messenger chat group for keeping in touch with my team. But again, it's not something, I'm not the type of person that would ever put pressure on my team to sell either. I don't think you get the best from people by doing that. And I'm a very down-to-earth person, and I believe, if you're doing this, I want you to do it because you want to do it. But there is a lot of help and support out there, in in a really friendly way. So it's, that's a massive part of it for me, I think, as well, is just that sense of community.
I love that you said that, because I know you and I were on the team meeting with a few other people the other night, and it did descend into a bit of dog club, didn't it? I find it quite hard, sometimes quite hard to focus on the business, because we are all good friends, I think, and we really enjoy catching up.
Exactly.
And I certainly value the friends I've made. I say this quite often. I don't think I've ever had a team member I didn't like. And I've had, and the business, obviously, it's very flexible, and some people stay for a short time, and then things happen in life and they move on to something else, and that's great. Other people come back, other people don't, and there is a bit of, obviously, fluidity. And then there are other team members I've had that have been here for years. But nearly all the ones that have been and gone, I'm still friends with years afterwards, even when they're not in my team, which is lovely. I really value that as well. So it's really nice to hear you say that too. And it's always nice to see everybody's pets.
I think as well, people, you're drawn to people. So whether it's your customers, the more you're yourself, the right customers will come to you for your way of selling, and the right team members will be drawn to you for the way that they see you sort of interacting with your business and your customers. So for me, just being yourself is just the easiest way to get on and, and make it work for you. Why would you, try so hard to be someone else, and I'm not one of these excitable, emojis everywhere. That's not my style. Some people are, some people aren't. Different people are drawn to different people. But, I could wear myself out trying to be that person. But, that doesn't work for me. I enjoy my team and where I am and my customers, because that's, they're my people, I suppose. So yeah, that's the easiest way to get on, is just be yourself and enjoy it. Definitely enjoy it.
And that's the lovely thing about Flamingo, because we are all independent and self-employed. While we're part of a team, like you say, and there's support there, there's nobody saying this is how you have to do your business. Whereas perhaps if you're in maybe a traditional kind of job, you are expected to fit into what the company expects of you. Yay, more animals. Wasn't the cats?
That's the beautiful thing about Flamingo, it fits around all your animals.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think I was saying there that one of the great things about Flamingo is that you're not expected to be anything. There's nobody telling you this is the way you have to dress or act or carry out your sales. It's entirely up to you how you sell the product. And I'm sure you've got the same thing in your team. I have some people that just do Flamingo just for their own cards and stationery, just for a little bit so they can get a discount. There's others who run it as a business. Others do it alongside staying at home and childcare. Others do it like you, alongside another business. There's complete flexibility, and there's nothing from the company to say, no, you have to do it this way. You've got the website option. Everybody gets the personalized website that people can buy through straight away. You can stock, but it's up to you how much stock you buy or don't buy. You can decide to sell at craft fairs. You can decide to sell just from your house. You can decide to sell with a bag in the back of your car. I mean, these borrow bags, like I showed earlier, are a great way, we've found, especially during the pandemic, to let people take a bag of cards and browse at leisure. That flexibility, I think, is well, from what I'm hearing from you, is really, it's helped you to fit it into what you're already doing in your life.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I work full time as well, but I'm just one of those people that I've always got something going on. I like to have a busy mind, or glutton for punishment, one or the other. But yeah, I love how, as you say, you can pick it up, and if one week you're having a really crazy busy week, then it's up to you how much you put in. You can put a couple of Facebook posts out there, or if you've got another week where you've got more spare time, feeling a bit more energetic, then you could go and do a couple of pop-up shops and take out some borrow bags. So it's completely up to you how you run it. And I think the really valuable thing for me has been, because I have fibromyalgia, and I don't really go out very much, so pretty much most of my business has been run either online or as you say, with the borrow bags, just with people sort of in my local community, and that's worked really well for me as well. And going back to the being yourself thing, I think when I started off, I was very conscious of the fact I've not been able to take my deliveries out today because I'm not feeling great, or I said I would go and pick up the borrow bag and I haven't. And as you get to know your customers, your customers understand that, and your customers work with you. And again, it's just being yourself. You don't need to pretend to be super businesswoman, and that's the beauty of it. You can run it exactly how you need to and how you want to. And yeah, so a lot of things have fed into that, as I say, like the community, the ease of being able to pick it up and put it down when you need to, if you're having a bad day or you're having a good day. So yeah, it's flexibility is really good.
What would you say to somebody who was thinking about joining but a bit worried that they haven't really got the confidence, perhaps?
I think the confidence comes the more you sort of start to share the products, and you buzz off sharing them with people, and people enjoy the products. I think that's definitely what gives me my confidence. And I always say it reminded me of when you were a little kid and you used to have a friend come round to your house and you'd show them your new toys. You'd be like, oh, come and see this new toy or that new toy or this thing that I'm into. And they'd be like, oh, it's amazing. That's what it always reminds me of. And I say to people, you don't have to be, you don't have to know all the ins and outs and everything else. All you need to do is just show things off and show people how much you love them. You can hear in my voice, I'm so excited about it, but that's really as simple as it is. You know, it's just show people what you like and other people will like it too. It's not, yeah. And a borrow bag is actually a really, really an easy way of doing that. You know, it's as simple as maybe putting out a Facebook post on your local community site, or even just, you know, dropping it around to a neighbour. You don't have to have that much interaction, so it's a brilliant way of building up your confidence, and you can get some quite big orders from it. So yeah, I would say don't let anything hold you back. There's no pressure. You know, you can join, you could do something later on. You've not got to dive in straight away. You know, take your time to learn, to talk to other people, you know, within your team, listen to their advice. You know, there's team meetings, which obviously we all share ideas with each other, and we're all learning off each other every meeting, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'd say we don't bite. We're all daft.
So it's more about sharing rather than selling, and through sharing,
exactly,
we'll want to buy into it. Yeah,
exactly. Yes, yeah.
Cool.
Just remove the dog.
Oh, that's all right. I was going to say thank you very much. We've kind of been on long enough. I've kept you long enough. I just wanted to ask about the fox behind you, because we don't just do cards and gift wrap, we do other things as well. And you've got a fox sitting up there. Can you show us your fox? Has he got a name yet?
Michael J. I did name the fox little silly competition, and he was actually named Michael J by my customers. He's absolutely adorable. I had so much fun making him.
How long did it take you to make
him? It took me not very long. I think a couple of evenings, or an evening and a day of kind of doing a bit of this and pottering around and stuff like that. But I mean, he's really solid. It's really good quality. And I've just had delivered a moment ago my penguin.
Oh.
To have a go at. Penguins next. I've got a llama's head on the table. I still need to finish my llama. So yeah, the craft kits I love, and I didn't think it would be something I'd get into, but yeah.
Cool.
Love him. I do love my fox.
Excellent. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you think I should have asked you?
Do I have to build a team?
Okay. Do you have to build a team? You have quite a big team. You've sponsored quite a few people in the past year. Do people need to do that?
No, you don't have to do that at all. And again, there's no pressure to do that. It's an extra way that you can add earnings, but it's absolutely not something that you're pressured to do. I found that, you know, just by sharing what I was doing, people were really interested in coming along, you know, and doing the same. So sometimes people join you, you know, unexpectedly, which is brilliant as well. But yeah, and there's also a big challenge which runs throughout the year, where if you do have anyone join your team, then you get more points in this challenge, and you know, it's a cash bonus at the end of the year. So once again, it's something that you can do if you want to. There's incentives for doing it, but there's absolutely no pressure. If you don't want to do it, then you know, you don't have to at all. But again, that's about building your own little community, your own little team, your own little kind of Flamingo family, if you like, as well, and you know, having friends come along on the journey with you. So I would definitely recommend it, but there's no pressure at all.
That's great. Thank you very much, Rachel. If anybody watching wants to join either my team or Rachel's team, I'll put the links at the end of the video, but you can find Rachel on Facebook at Rainbows and Remedies. Have I got that right? Yeah, Rainbows and Remedies, or you can find me at Cards and Gift Wrap, but I'll put the links up at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you do want to join, then feel free to chat to either of us. I say you'll find us on Facebook, and all the details will be later. Thanks for your time, Rachel. Have a good day.
Bye.